Turkish in the building. What you saying, my guy?
Come on, bro. I'm just out here, man. I got back a little late, so that's my fault, people. I know we're a minute late, but yeah, that's not on Rants today. But here we are, man. Really the most back again.
It's calm. What's the day been saying anyway, bruv?
It's been calm, fam. Obviously, I was working earlier, got back, had to dip out again, sort some business out, and come back just in time for this. So yeah, it's all good, man. All good for a Tuesday. Anyway, what about you?
I'm good, you know. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm good, bruv. Man, just filming with AFTV today, AFTV and Troops, so that should be out later on this week.
Yeah.
Done some filming with Frimpong as well for like Cheeky Sport and what they could Give Me Sport or something. Yeah, so man's been busy today, bro. Like man's been just filming content for this Arsenal game, and then boy, we're here now. You get me? So busy day for man. Man just got in from North London as well at the AFTV studios, back in my studio. You get me? Know what I mean? The work keeps coming, bro.
I hear you. Big game Sunday. Obviously, we got rid of the most on Friday, so we'll make that a United Arsenal special. So yeah, we'll do that on Friday live for you people.
Exactly, 100%. What's this? Okay, so yeah, there's bare stuff going on. I'm seeing something. If Mustafi plays, we're losing. These men are already talking about the game. We won't go into that right now. Do you know what I'm saying? But boy, like there's so many things, bro. Like my man said here, where is it? Marcus Rashford lending Ozil his PR team again. I see. You know what I'm saying? We saw the Ozil thing. It's come out. It's saying that Ozil's been feeding children and that. Like, and they said that he's been doing it for a while apparently, but he's extended it now to schools or something like that. Yeah. And again, it's mad, you know, because I saw a thing today. I didn't even get to listen to it because I was at AFTV, but I saw that Simon Jordan and Townsend had a little back and forth in it because they were talking about footballers taking pay cuts, and apparently he was defending footballers not taking pay cuts. Simon Jordan was saying that they should have, etc., and basically blaming it for like the strain that's on like the lower league clubs and XYZ and all that bullshit. But Ozil's one of the guys that didn't want to take a pay cut. But look where he's putting his money compared to, do you know what I'm saying? Compared to the fucking government that don't want to pay for youth to eat. You know, like that.
100, like, but as always, if we're talking about Ozil as a person, as a character, and the things he does outside of football, man can only say good things. You know, like that's the least I expect from the people that do earn so much and do so doing what they love. You know, sometimes people earn a lot, but they do so through real hard work, grit, determination. But sometimes people do what they love and earn millions. You know,
yeah, so absolute blessing, innit? It's
trust me,
it's a completely different game, blood. It's not like man's on a trading floor like all hours of the morning. Like, do you know what I'm saying? All of these things, man's kicking ball, blood. Like.
Trust me. So I expect you to kind of, you know, use that privilege a bit and give back. And as much as I expect it, hardly anyone really does, unless it is potentially PR. So a lot of the Ozil stuff that does come out, I can only clap and applaud him for it, you know, even down to the highlighting of the Muslims in China and the issue going on there. We've talked about it before. So him coming out, I didn't even read that about he fed kids and whatnot. You know, obviously people are going to say it's good timing with all this stuff going on with Arsenal. You know, it makes Arsenal Football Club look even worse. I stopped saying us because the people in charge at Arsenal don't represent me anymore, you know?
Yeah, that's how I feel about United. That's exactly how I feel about
United. I can't say us when I know in reality that if any of these issues were caused because of the Chinese and Muslim issue, then I'm fully on Ozil's side, you know? So I can't say us in terms of the club in this situation. But it's good to hear that he's done his part, as always. And yeah, it's good stuff. But at the end of the day, that's all we're really going to hear from him moving forward, because he ain't going to be playing no games until January. We can't re-register him. So that issue there is always going to be at the forefront of it until January. And even then, I don't think we will pick him. I think we're going to try to get rid. God knows who's going to take him, but we'll see.
Absolutely. And with that like you were saying, bro, like the people that own your club don't represent you, bro. I hear all of that, bro. It's mad. That's exactly how I've been feeling for a while, blood. That's why I don't get disillusioned by anything. That's why man was saying, oh, why don't you celebrate goals anymore? I was like, bro, like football ain't what it used to be to me, blood. Like
Yeah.
even today, they asked me, they're like, "Oh, like how are you getting up for the Arsenal game, bro?" The Arsenal game now, to me, yeah, the Arsenal game growing up used to be the two best teams in the country going at it: Keane versus Vieira, blood, Van Nistelrooy, Henry. And now, what? Aubameyang versus Rashford, bro? Who cares, innit? Like
Yeah.
if we're honest, innit? Like honestly, the only thing that keeps that rivalry alive, yeah, is just nostalgia between people our age, yeah, that remember the good old days. But now we're gonna witness two below average football teams, yeah, go at it, and it can go any way. As much as Arsenal haven't been playing well, neither have we. Man held 6 at home the other day. We haven't won at home this season yet. We don't have a home win. So as much as Arsenal haven't won at Old Trafford since 2006 in the league, we ain't won at home this season either.
Yeah.
You know, like that. So I'm looking at the game. And I'm like, as much as man used to be up for that game and excited, bro, the game don't excite me like that no more, bro. There's not many games that do excite me anymore with Manchester United because I don't know what team's gonna get put out because the manager can't settle on an 11. I don't know what style of football we're gonna play. There's so many things I do not know. How can I be excited about something I can't predict it, bro?
Yeah, you're 100. Like back in the day, it's the same time. That United Arsenal game, I've never felt that since. You know, the build up to that game was mad. If YouTube was around them times, yeah, United versus Arsenal, you could do a build up 3 months in advance and it will pop because everyone was waiting for that game. You see the same way El Clasico on the weekend didn't have that same feeling it's had over the last 10 years with Ronaldo and Messi. It's exactly the same with United Arsenal. Back in the day, the battles all over the pitch, yeah. I'd be looking forward to that 2-3 months in advance. When the fixture list comes out in July, I'd be looking at that one like, looking at the away one like, those are the dates. Those are the dates that the league is won and lost. You know, that's how we was looking at it because we were so confident with everything else.
We were so confident we'd beat everyone else. We were looking at each other like, what? Like, this is when the game's on. Yeah. Like I even said, the only reason why I don't like losing to Arsenal now more than anything is because of the fans on Twitter, bro.
No, I hear that, but and you know what? I would say likewise, but I tend to stay off Twitter and I tend to stay off all of that. But I do get it on Twitter. Either way, if Arsenal win, the United fans can be a lot. If United win, the Arsenal fans can be a lot. And in reality, it's a lot for nothing. You know what? We win the game, your fans gas the ting. All right, cool. We win the game, our fans gas the ting. In reality, we're not really achieving what we want to achieve this season. So who the fuck cares? You know, at the end of the day, we haven't lost to you lot in 2 seasons, yeah? Am I going to turn around and say that smugly to you like it means something? It doesn't mean fuck all. We haven't made top 4 in 2 seasons either, so I don't give a fuck if we've beaten United or not. My focus is why we ain't doing what we're doing consistently in the league. So that's what you allude to when you say it's not as exciting no more because you don't know what's around the corner. We might go and beat United 3-0, or you might beat us 3-0, or we might go and lose to Southampton the week after 2-0. Both of us. We could do the same thing. So it's like that build-up is not the same as fallen giants in a sense. Like that's what it is, a battle of the fallen giants in the league.
Well, that's it. But that's why how can man get gas for it? Like, bruv, if we win, what we come out 15th to go where? You know, like that. Like when I look, we're 15th in the league, bruv. I know the league's just started, but bruv, man lost at home to Crystal Palace. Man lost at home to Tottenham, and we got pammed as well.
When I opened the Premier League table yesterday, even, and I saw played 6, won 3, lost 3. Yeah, when I saw lost 3, I'm just like, bro, at the end of the season, you know, like if we've lost 3 now, what's that going to be at the end of the season? You can only imagine. So you can only start to imagine the worst. Because if you've lost 3 after the first 6 games, or if you've got pammed by Tottenham at home or Palace at home, you're thinking, Brad, what's the come for the rest of the season if we remain the way we are? Now, with United, it's a bit different because you can see a manager change coming imminently if shit don't really change. With Arsenal, I don't really see that. And we can't really change manager because we don't have the money to, even if these fans that have all of a sudden put pressure on Arteta because of little decisions on the pitch that in essence don't really matter. Yeah. We're going to sack him and bring in a manager on less money or the same sort of money. And in essence, we're going to get top quality. So I think that's where there's a little difference with your season and ours. I think your season can be saved. However, I don't think Arsenal's can. I think I know what's coming. I won't say it until it comes, but it's not going to be a surprise to me when it does come.
This is it. Can you confirm this, bro?
What's that, Rants? Ole will have Sheffield in back soon. Apparently 23,000 fans to be allowed back in OT. I don't know about that. Surely that would have been popping up more if it was the case.
Can you confirm that? Because from what I know, yeah, I think the reason why they don't want to let football fans into the stadiums is because what they're like, bruv. They're notorious, bruv. They'll go, they get drunk, they'll be misbehaving. That's why they don't want to let them in. Them man will be hugging and singing and all this bullshit, and it's more harm than it's worth. That's the reason why they haven't done it. They've done it in other countries, but they're not going to do it in England because they don't trust the football fans.
Yeah, I've done a quick search on Stretford End as well. There's nothing there about it, and that would be top of the list. So that's more hope than anything, I think. But you're right. Like, you're right, and at the same time, they're wrong, because some of the things they have allowed, you still see images of people all together. When that 10 p.m. curfew came, as soon as everyone leaves the bars and clubs, they're all gathered in the streets, waved. So it's the similar sort of thing. But yeah, you're right. That's what they're worried about in abundance, especially with thousands of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bruv. And we're talking about like things not being how they used to be, bruv. Fucking Lothar Matthäus here, quotes come out, bruv, basically just rubbing United out today. And I can't even disagree with the brother. Man, Lothar Matthäus, bruv.
Oh, yeah.
And man said, yeah, no matter how big the name is, the United team shouldn't intimidate RB Leipzig, yeah. And he said, especially not if you look at the Premier League table, blood. And bruv, there's this man saying, he's like, bruv, like, fuck what you were, yeah? Look at what you are now, innit? And that's what a lot of people need to do, bro. Like, if you're Leipzig, yeah, you're looking at Manchester United now, the way they play football, what they're doing, and you're thinking, yo, I could get at these, man. I think that the fear factor is no longer there, innit? There's only so long your name holds weight, and then before you know it, you're AC Milan, and man are turning up to the San Siro to Pam, man.
Trust me, brother. And that transition, man, out of the big clubs, you know, before the Inters and ACs, I saw it at Arsenal. I saw how we fell off, and I saw how fans tried to hold on to the class. Fans tried to hold on to the history. Fans tried to hold on to everything they could hold on to, until in the end, everything had to be let go. And we've come to the realization that we can't attract the top names. We can't compete with the top teams. You know, we haven't got what it takes. So when that realization kicks in, that history and all of the stuff, good stuff you've done before, most of these young players in Europe care very little. It's about what you're going to do moving forward. That's what's key to them, you know. And Arsenal and United right now, because of our last 3-4 years, yeah, players are not going to be as hopeful of forming something. Look at Haaland at United, for example. You know, on 6-7 years ago, that's a no-brainer. Haaland joins, you know, without thinking. He signs a dotted line without reading the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
Years later, you look at what happened to big names throughout the years at United, and some of the managers come and gone. You think, is it the best place for me, or should I maybe go to Dortmund, where they have done well over the last 3-4 years? You know, and that's what the reputation is built on. Dortmund are nowhere near the size of Man United, nowhere near the size of United. They're not the size of us at Arsenal, let alone United. So for Haaland to...
Bruv, and even when you think about Jude Bellingham, forget Haaland, bruv. This guy's born and raised in the UK, had tours of Old Trafford, still went Dortmund.
Yeah, that's another example.
No, I'm saying, and that's what it is, bro. So because of that, it's like, honestly, like the pulling power that man had, especially with a manager like that, you ain't gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to attract top players, and you're not gonna demand respect. I think a lot of respect that football clubs now get is definitely down to the manager. You can't tell me teams were turning up to Old Trafford with David Moyes in charge, thinking, you know what, have to respect Man United. Well, that's David Moyes, blood. Like your manager commands the respect of the club. I don't care what club it is. When you look at the manager, know what I mean?
It's true, like these Nagelsmann and Ten Hag and these men don't really care about what you've done in the 90s. You know, they don't care. Like, look at that comment, for example. There's a lot of shade in that comment. Like, look at their Premier League position.
Yeah,
the shade is there and it's available because of how United have done things the last few years. When people throw shade at Arsenal, some of our fans get rallied up, and some of them are like, this and that about your club. But in reality, you know, it's our own club that have allowed the shade to come in. It's our own club that have allowed us to be a joke enough for other teams and players to say it. I remember when players and teams, Evra, for example, when he came out with his boys against men. That's when you really saw, you know what, as a fan, I've realized it. But when fellow pros and when fellow players are talking about it like that, you know, the same players you're going to play this season, you know that it's far deeper rooted than just an initial issue or initial risk.
Yeah, there's no respect there, innit, when you see man doing that.
Yeah, bruv. And obviously, man hated Evra for that car. As much as we look back and I can agree with him, you know, like the shade and the banter that you receive on the back end of that is there's no end to it.
Facts. And when you're getting disrespected by clubs like that, do you know what I mean? All across the board, blood. That you saw it with like Watford and Deeney and all these other things, bruv. When clubs that are considerably smaller than you are disrespecting you, bruv, it's mad. And especially we see the respect here, it's earned from the top to the bottom, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when the owners aren't doing what they need to do, what can we really do, blood? Like the owners ain't respecting the club, therefore other people aren't respecting them. Lothar Matthäus is laughing, bro.
Of course not, fam. But
He's
look at
laughing at man.
when we tried to sign Vardy rejected Arsenal Football Club, fam. What the fuck? On paper, you think, right, is this guy mad? But when you look at the brief history behind the decision, and that you think, all right, maybe he made a smart decision, and then you see the last 5 years since, and you think, okay, maybe he actually did make the right decision. But it's mad to think. If you told me in the year 2000 that in 15 years, a player from Leicester is going to reject you, I would never have guessed it. But that's not my fault. That's not your fault, AFTV. It's not fan channels. It's the fault of the club.
It's true. You know? Yeah, definitely. The atmosphere on these channels and all these things reflect the atmosphere of what's going on inside the club. Do you know what I'm saying? If man was a Liverpool fan, understand that my content would be completely different.
Trust. I wish I could give some of that content, fam. Trust me, you'll see the Premier League trophy behind me.
Man are getting pammed. I'll be out here trolling people, doing all sorts, but man's not in a position to do that right now.
Yeah. And
because my team's not serious. Like, let's be honest. You know what I mean? My team is not serious. My team don't demand that respect on the pitch because of the way they play football. They don't demand that respect off the pitch because of how the way the owners act, and also because of who the manager is.
Let me ask you something, Rants. Yeah. This Doneo AFTV thing, you know, the party hard thing. As an opposition fan, what did you think of that?
I loved it, mate. You know what I mean? It told me that Arsenal weren't going nowhere no time soon. You know, them ones, and they're not serious.
That's it. Answered. Thank you. Because I know what it is, you know, and them sort of things are part of the reason why some of the focus is off of the actual footballing matters. It's easy to take a fan's focus away from what really matters now. A quick song, a quick tweet, a quick, I don't know, PR move. It's all of a sudden they've got so much support, but in reality, it's not the support you need for the man on the pitch or the players on the pitch.
But this is what I'm saying. It's almost a distraction, isn't it? It's just like, how do you co-sign that?
Oh, we came out to that. We came out to Doneo's tune, fam, before the Leicester game. We came out to it like we're fucking, I don't know, like this is a WWE entrance thing, fam.
And lost.
You see what I'm saying? It's that, and if you could write something that would be what you wrote, you know? They bring out a song, the song plays on their first game out.
And then they win, innit?
And then you lose at home. And it's just, bro, it's perfect for opposition fans, perfect for pundits, perfect for everyone but Arsenal. It's
facts, bruv. Chat, that's for you, bruv. How are you feeling about Aubameyang?
But it is, well, obviously there's concerns there, but I've always said I want Oba up top. I think Rants agrees with me on that, and the reason being is because as you get older as well, you lose that yard of pace, and I think he's excelled in left wing in the past 2 years. It doesn't mean you leave him there. He's excelled there. He's not like a Mane or a Sterling where you know their long-term future is there. With Oba, we had to. Emery came to the club. We had Oba and Laka. The fans are screaming for both to start in some way, shape, or form. We tried the two, it didn't work, and Oba managed to work it out on the left. Arteta done the same thing, but in reality, his best position is up top. You know, in reality, you give him two attacking wingers that one can cut in and one can hit the byline. You're going to get more out of Oba. That's how I see it, especially as he hits an older age. So it's concerning 1 goal in 6 games, but it's not overly concerning where I might say he is the next Ozil. And we will regret the contract. I always said it's a risk, fam. Even one of our early ones, I said, giving about 300k a week for 3 years at this age is a risk. It's probably a risk we're pushed into now because we can't really do much else. But it's a risk, and the pressure's going to mount. The more that statistic grows, if it does grow, the pressure's going to mount, and hopefully he deals with it well. Carl. We need him to.
Facts, 100%, my guy.
Yeah.
1.2k in here at the moment. Make sure you smash the like, guys. People still coming in right now. Next question. Did you see the Carragher video that's been going viral? His comments on Pogba.
Yeah, he was saying something about he's a quality talent but not a quality player or something like that.
Yeah, let me know your opinion on what man said before I absolutely tear him apart.
Again, it's an easy target. Did Pogba start that game?
No, he came on and saved it
And
like he always
I
does.
don't really understand how a man that hasn't started the game is the topic of discussion and the viral video following the game. I can understand it, but I don't understand how it's the topic. You know, the man didn't start the game. The topic needs to be why the best players ain't starting in their favored positions. You know, the topic of Pogba and his influence, and it's easy clicks, it's easy views. It's not necessary to talk now because what's necessary is fitting Pogba in with Fernandes or Van der Beek. You know,
Yeah,
that's the signings United have made. So they've done it all too often with Arsenal. When Wenger was in charge, they'd avoid the truth about Wenger and talk about Tom, Dick, or Harry, yeah, but completely miss the point of it, which is Wenger really is out of date. With this whole
yeah,
issue now with Solskjaer, they don't want to say the wrong thing about Solskjaer. So it's like, let's pick on this, let's pick on that. Pogba didn't even start the game. But after the game, there's video gone viral of him being talked about in a derogatory manner or in a, you know, a manner he might not like or appreciate. It doesn't make sense to me, but it makes sense to me at the same. You get what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. You lot make sure you smash that like button. Get us up to 500. First milestone, 1.2 in here, bro. What I took from Carragher's comments, yeah, was that these pussies are trying to protect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, blood. Because it's funny, man's talking about certain man's positioning and all these other things. Is who's responsible for the position of the players on the football pitch, if not the coach?
Hello? Hello?
This guy saying, "Oh, I saw them taking a United taking a goal kick and Pogba was on the left side. Maybe the coach told him to be there.
Of course he did. You think Pogba
How
wants to be hugging the touchline, bruv?
like how about that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and if the coach didn't tell him to be there and he's going where he naturally drifts to, the reason why he goes there in the first place is because he's been allowed to do that. Man can't be telling me about discipline. Bruno Fernandes is the most indisciplined footballer I've seen at my club. God knows where
Position,
he,
definitely,
yeah,
yeah.
positionally, he goes wherever the fuck he wants to go, bruv. Like his average position as a number 10, yeah, is sometimes higher up than Martial.
And sometimes lower down as between the defenders and the midfield because he's
Bruv,
literally everywhere.
he goes wherever he wants, and no one talks about no discipline. All of a sudden, man wants to talk about Pogba's discipline, all this bullshit. Shut up, bruv. You know what I mean? And then guess what? Jamie Carragher's so dumb. He's getting out the thing and he's comparing positionally Manchester United players to Man City players. When Pep Guardiola is a manager that has a very clear system and way of playing, and his players move in the same way all the time because he has actually a philosophy and he actually has a style of play. How can you compare a team that have a bunch of individuals with no pattern of play to a well-drilled team? That's like comparing a Man United player to a Leeds United player and where they are positioning in the pitch when you've got a coach that drills them to play a certain way. How can you compare the movement of a Fernandinho, a Kevin De Bruyne, a David Silva to the movement of Paul Pogba or someone else when they're playing in a completely different system under a different coach? Or maybe they're not even playing in the system. What kind of dumb shit is that? Look at Pogba's positioning when he was playing in a diamond at fucking Juventus. Blood. It was very clear where he was playing.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Not taking into account none of his injuries, not taking into account the different managers, not taking into account the inconsistent in and out formation-wise, team selection-wise, everything. They just talk literally about positioning and about his impact. But you look at United overall, fam, and that's what you've been banging on about for how long now? United overall, from top to bottom, is wrong. You know, and even that team there run by Ole, there's no direction. You know, at least at times with Arteta, you see direction, but with Ole, you haven't saw that. So there's nothing really to cling on to. So when these men are talking about Pogba, it's easy, fam. It's easy.
This brother said KDB has discipline. That's how I know this brother don't watch Man City as well.
He does what he wants as well.
KDB literally is a Roman 8 that does whatever he wants. If De Bruyne wants to pick up the ball deep, he can. More times, De Bruyne picks up the ball ahead of the play in the inside right channel, and he's putting crosses in. Man saying he's got discipline. De Bruyne literally does what he wants, bro. He's one of the players that actually does have the freedom to do what he wants.
People mistake discipline for the fact sometimes he's played centre mid, sometimes he's played higher up the pitch. But that's not really discipline. That's a good footballer. You know, same way.
Pogba, but also, he's just been moved into a different position and he's been told, this is where you're playing. This is what I need you to do. No Manchester United player is put in the shape and said, yo, this is what I want you to do. When Mata plays on the right wing, he don't play the same way that Dan James plays when he's out there Greenwood plays different when he's out there because that right midfield, they're not told how to play. Them man go out there and do what they like. So everyone that's in the position plays it how they want to play it.
And
It's
Pogba
obvious.
City. It would be mad. It would be mad. Pogba at City. What the last 2 years the 2-3 years that De Bruyne had at City. If you replace him with Pogba, they're still going to win things. You know, obviously, as a player, me personally, I'm going to pick De Bruyne over the last 3 years. But that's because of the club and the platform given too. As a talent, I can't separate. As a talent, I definitely say Pogba above. But the team and
how can man say he's a top talent, but he's not a good footballer? How can you honestly say with your chest,
that's like a Rafael That's what you say about them man there.
Bruv, do you understand what I'm saying? This is what you say about man that ain't won nothing, ain't done nothing, ain't been fucking 4 times champion of fucking Italy, isn't a world champion with a fucking World Cup final man of the match performance. These are the kind of things that you say about man like Adel Terrat that is mad talented and ain't won nothing in football, ain't really done nothing, gone from club to club. This is an elite footballer.
Yeah. No, I agree.
A man saying that he's not a top player, he's just a top talent. Man's talking about him like he's one of them guys that was the best in the academy, blood, and now man's playing in fucking League One, blood. He's talking about him like he's Adnan Januzaj or something.
Yeah, them man there.
Do you know how disrespectful what Carragher said?
Yeah,
and he was never a top player.
Who, Carragher? Yeah, but he's got it twisted since he's become a pundit. If people remember him as a centre back, those times he was washed, man.
He was rubbish, and then he got moved to right back, and he had no pace, and he was rubbish as well, blood. He was a passion merchant. The only reason why he got that many games is because he was a local lad, and the team was shit at the time when he broke through.
Yeah,
he wasn't even a good player. So to say that man's not a top footballer and he's a top talent, it's disrespectful, blood.
Of course it is, and it's avoiding the truth, fam. This is why these media outlets are worse than anything else now. You know, like Sky Sports are all about clickbait and clicks as much as the Sun newspaper is these days. You know, they're just not as wild. But when you take a look at the bigger picture and take yourself out of it, it's all a con to really sway your mind here and there rather than stick onto the truth, which is at United, Ole is not the one. I'd agree with you on that. Ole is definitely not the one.
Bruv, how can you be openly talking about footballers' positioning and positions they take on the field? What, you think everyone in Man City just takes up these positions because they're so clever and they just know where to be?
Like he's got some tactical, I don't know, fam. I don't know what these.
All these players just know where they need to be on the pitch, and it's got nothing to do with what they've been told to do by one of the best coaches to ever coach.
They never want to touch on it. They just want to blame the player, like it's all on the player. When in reality, you look at the coach first. If it was all on the player and he's doing something that the coach doesn't want, the coach would take you off then and there, or should be talking to you then and there at the very least. You'd see something going on. But if you're not seeing that, then he's doing what the coach has asked from him.
Bruv, so then man think that Trent and Robertson, just popping up on the edge of the box first time, whipping in these crosses and that, it's just because they know they're just meant to be there, and it's got nothing to do with what they're practicing in training.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're a coach seeing that and you don't like it and you can't call them out, then again, you're not the right man for the role, because you need to be stamping your authority 2 years in, not having players drifting left for their own reasons. Like Carragher's
man's reasoning was where he saw Pogba standing for a goal kick, and then he said, "I've been analysing Pogba's game for years now." No, you haven't. You're a Liverpool fan. You ain't been analysing shit. Furthermore, you're not even a Liverpool fan. You're an Everton fan. You ain't been analysing Paul Pogba. You haven't. Stop chatting shit. You don't analyse football, bro. You just talk, blood. That's what, man. He doesn't analyse nothing, bro. The man that really analysed the game, are managers and good managers. Them man don't analyze shit, bruv. Them man fucking touch light up things in the Sky Studio. That's all them man. They don't analyze shit. When's the last time I've seen a proper analysis, and a proper tactical breakdown? You don't see that unless Arsene Wenger comes in or Jose Mourinho comes in. When do you actually see proper tactical analysis on that Sky show ever? You see all these ex-footballers go in there and talk about their time and this, that, and the other. We saw Patrice Evra and Hasselbank having banter. Where was the tactical analysis in that?
None. Just banter and clicks. That's all it's for, fam. Even in the studio sometimes, you see before, they're probably like talk about Pogba today, because he's the one that we can get clicks out of. And then they just discuss the one that they're told to discuss. It's puppets, isn't it? That's what it is.
A man's talking about analysis, bro. Like, don't piss me off, bro. You know, like that. Analysis, get out of here. He said, oh, yeah, the best players just know where to be. That's not true. How can you just know where to be, blood?
Come on. On another day, Pogba picks it up on that left side and then cuts in and plays an assist over the top, and he's lauded for it. And it's like it's a masterclass. He picked his space and this and that. And people want to, how can you pick out that little clip and then get onto him for, how long was it? It was about 20-minute debate or something, 15-minute.
Yeah, bro. And they only cut out a 5-minute clip and put it on Twitter. My man said he's not a top player, he's a top talent. The top players just know where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's easy.
What does that mean, bro? What does that mean?
Someone said they chat shit and play on an iPad, and that's exactly that's why I don't watch them, fam. I don't watch them, you know. I watch the 45 minutes and then I'm out. For half time, I'm doing something else. For full time, I'm out straight away. I'm not watching the analysis and all that. There's only a couple of men I want to hear from, and Jamie Carragher ain't one of them.
Idiot, bro. This super chat here. Shakhtar Donetsk, for a while, they either have a Brazilian director, yeah, or they have someone within the club who's Brazilian, because that's where Willian was, that's where fucking Douglas Costa was. All them men go there, innit? They do have like a Brazilian, either a director or someone on the board there, and they've got like scouts, like Brazilian scouts that work at the club. It's not a coincidence, so they always have bare Brazilian, man.
Yeah,
I know that.
Once you got a good link like that, you need to utilize it, fam.
You just utilize it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bruv. So back to the Carragher thing. He's washed, innit? Them man there, like there might be ex-players and that. Most of these men don't know what they're talking about, bruv. This is what it is. Them man, when do they have time to analyze football matches? Them man are at work, they get played, they chat shit, and they go home. Do you think Carragher, when he gets home, out the Sky Studio, he's opening up his iPad and rewatching these games back?
No.
Is that what you think he's doing?
Not United, that's for sure.
Bruv, any game. Do you honestly think he's watching these games back? Most of these ex-pros, if they're not getting paid, to be in the studio, they're not even watching the game.
Yeah.
And you can tell by the way they talk about players. Most of them don't even know who this player is, what team they came from, what they do, this, that, and the other. Are you mad? These men don't love football like that.
And you know what it is as well? What's funny, Car? We talked about it in one of our first couple episodes about how they've noticed the change in, or what fan channels have done, what maybe someone like your channel has done, what someone like AFTV has done, and giving the fans voices and another perspective. And look at what they've done with Saturday Socials, for example. They got a couple of influencers in, they've signed them up, and Sky Sports isn't that media outlet that I grew up with in the 90s and early 2000s anymore. They've noticed that they've fallen behind, but what they've fallen behind in isn't quality, it isn't stuff like that. It's what they've noticed is the commercial aspect of it, which is clicks and subscribers and fans. Just, you know, it's clickbait in general. Hence why they've made some decisions in the past 6 months that a lot of old school fans wouldn't like, but a lot of younger fans look at like, wow, Sky Sports are a lot cooler now. But I don't need Sky Sports to be cool. I need Sky Sports to give me the facts. Like, I need Sky Sports to tell me the amount we pay for Sky Sports per year, the analysis should be Opta level. We should be getting Opta level analysis every game. We pay. Man should
get a proper breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Man should really be getting the full whack. When I'm looking at Neville, and Carragher talking, it's very apparent that these man, one, they don't watch enough football. Even though the football's going on, they don't watch enough, and it's true they don't understand what's going on. Obviously, I know that Neville doesn't, bruv. Like, we saw what happened in his managerial career. Yeah. So, man, you can see man can't analyze a game, bro. Analyzing a game is literally what you do as a manager. What's going wrong? What's going wrong? What do I need to change? What do I need? The best managers are the best at analyzing.
100%. And whether right or wrong, because sometimes man is wrong, sometimes we're right. But a fan's unite, like Rants, you watch your team, and I trust your analysis, or I trust your analysis comes from a better place at the very least than someone on Sky Sports' analysis, where it might be associated to a lot more things than just the best for the club. Like I said, you might be right, you might be wrong. as a fan, you're entitled to your opinion, but you know that what you want and what you say is for the best for the club. Jamie Carragher doesn't want the best for United, like Gary Neville doesn't want the best for Liverpool. So we're watching this man all the time. In reality, it's jokes more than facts. It's banter more than what we need. And what we need is serious professional stuff from you guys. Like we've got enough of this social media hype over here. Like man are in control of that. Your channel, AFTV, all these other fan channels, Football Terrace, all of that. They don't need a piece of this pie. What they need to do is up their level. They've got the clout. They've got the muscle. Up your level. But
they don't care about integrity. All they care about is numbers, innit? It's bums in seats, innit? So they're like, this thing bangs, so we're going to try and do this thing. As you said, they're gravitating more away from analyzing and being proper professionals and trying to do this pally, almost like it's like watching a fucking ex-pro podcast now.
Yeah,
you know
that's what it is, fam. It's a podcast.
That's what it is. Like, them man just want to be brethren and crack joke, and them man are not serious.
Trust. Like, I remember when that debate show come out. I remember when the debate come out, and I thought, all right, this debate thing could be good, because at first they was doing a lot of analysis, a lot of stats.
Oh no! Well, as soon as I saw, I think it was. I closed my eyes. Who was it? I want to say, was it Kieran Dyer or one of them, Brez? I know Craig Bellamy was there. Someone else, and I said, "This show's trash." It was a Sky Sports. You know when they sit around the table, there's like 3 of them.
Yeah, I don't know about that episode. The one I watched was Paul Merson and a couple others, but it looked like they could make something of it. But in the end, it's turned into this banter and this, clickbait thing.
The thing is foolishness, isn't it? And the thing is, I hate how one-sided the conversations are, and I hate the lack of analysis, isn't it? Even when Gary Neville was trying to defend this point, it's almost like he ain't watched enough of Pogba to even defend, man. You know the ones like when he was saying, but bruv, use your brain, innit? Now, if you can analyze football, there'll be enough examples, that you're chatting shit, blood. But again, you don't want to throw your mate Ollie under the bus.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Because that's all it is. Because that's all it is. How can you say man's a top talent, he's not a top player, and man's won everything, bar the Champions League in football?
Yeah. There's only a few that stick their neck on the line on Sky Sports, and someone said it, but Roy Keane, Michael Richards, they stick their neck on the line, but still, it's not enough. It's not enough. With Roy Keane, I respect it because whether right or wrong, again, at least he talks about Mourinho when he was in charge, and at least he talks about Ole when he's in charge. He's not always banging on about a player or an individual. He does sometimes, but he always touches on Ole and the management and structure at the club. You can't just pick and choose who to talk about, especially on these professional channels that people are paying for, without really getting into the truth of the matter. And that's what they do all the time. They rally the fans up, as much as they don't like this aspect of fan channels and whatnot. Off the back of what they do, it's easy for the fan channels to do their thing. Because missing something.
Absolutely. Super chat. Hey, do I rate Leipzig? Yeah, of course I do. They got a top coach. It won't be easier than PSG. It's going to be a harder game. It's going to be a harder game then, because they're better coached. Do you know what I mean? They're better drilled, and I think that they're going to give us a hard time, innit? They are. They're going to make us genuinely have to play football.
Yeah, they got them playing.
They're going to make us have to play football.
Leipzig is a team that they know they're punching, but because they're punching, they put in 110 every game. With PSG, sometimes you'll see them play and you'll think, sometimes you think you deserve to win before the whistle's even kicked. With Leipzig, you don't get that. With Leipzig, you're going to get 10, 11 man on job for 90 minutes.
Yeah. The AFTV thing, I don't know when it's coming out. It's not my channel, but obviously it will be out later on this week,
Me and Troops.
Yeah, me and Troops. Talking about the Arsenal United game, playing PS4 as well, blood. So man, just sitting down playing some PS4, blood, and just chatting about the game, blood. United versus Arsenal. So that'll be out later on this week, bruv. You know what I'm saying? And
what was Troops saying on a loud one or what?
Yeah, not so much. You know what Troops is like already, but actually, this is the most humble I've ever seen the Arsenal fans. I think they feel it's not a good moment for them.
Well, not after that Leicester one. If the preview was before that Leicester game, they would have been partying hard in that preview too, fam. They would have been doing that dance with you around, fam.
See, but that's some foolishness to me, innit? And I can never, brother. It's almost like man don't think about the repercussions before they do these things. In my head, when I'm filming this, I'm thinking, bruv, we need to win the Champions League now.
Yeah.
If we don't, man are gonna pam us.
It's like you set them up. It's like the assist. Here you go.
It's like man are celebrating signing players like you would celebrate winning a trophy or winning a title or something. Like it's not. Yeah, like it doesn't. Again, the bar's on the floor, innit? It's not just at your club. You know what I mean? At my club as well, the bar's on the floor. Do you know what I mean? Man, really out here celebrating bullshit. Like for no reason.
That's the title for one of your shows, fam. The bar's on the floor. I can't even lie to you.
It's on the floor, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? And my man said deluded tactical analysis is better than bruv, because man actually analyzes the game, yeah, as a guy that still plays, even at amateur level, he's still active, he still plays football. And also, like, you can tell he watches the game, bro. There's none of these ex-pros, yeah, that I see on Sky Sports give me any vibes that these men actually analyze a football game.
Yeah. It's the deluded cares about Arsenal. So because he cares, he's going to do his due diligence. He's not going to just do things that's going to be clickbait. If you go on Deluded's channel in particular, he makes videos about everything about Arsenal Football Club, from youth players, from prospects in Europe, from the first team squad to coaching and all of that. You know, that's not clickbait. That's, you know, that's the love of the game. That's the love of the club. That's why you're going to get better in-depth analysis from a fan or certain fans than you would from certain pundits. Like it's just easy as that.
And my man said, is it the Sunday supplement? I wasn't even talking about Sunday supplement. The Sunday supplement is full of flipping them little posh journalists, bruv, that ain't kicked a ball in anger. That got cancelled. I was rejoicing when that got cancelled. You know what I mean? Because them man are a disgrace.
But that got cancelled, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, bruv. And you see man like Custis and them man there, bruv, and Oliver Holt and them man, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Like, bruv, there's nothing worse than waking up on your Sunday morning, yeah, with a hangover and having to watch that. Literally. There's nothing worse. These man don't get football. Man, goals on Sunday, cool. Let me see that. Let me just see man just smashing goals. That's what man wants to. I'm not trying to hear these man talk about football. These man are not, they don't do analysis, bro. You know what I mean? If you want to see analysis, man, watch BN Sport. Do you know what I mean? And when they have Arsene Wenger on, and my man tells you about this man makes this run, and then he does this, that's analysis. This player drops into the pocket, does this, that, and the other. Most of these man, if you ask them, yeah, how these teams play, what's their style of play, like who's the ticker for them, who does what, what's De Bruyne's average position in a game for Man City? These man couldn't tell you, you know. But man's talking about De Bruyne's disciplined. Have you seen his heat map?
BN Sports is the one still. What you're saying is true, fam. Like when you compare BN Sports to Sky Sports, some of the things you get from BN, not only like 2-3 times the amount of channels and coverage, but the analysis, the people you get on. You know, when Jose didn't have a job, he was on there. When Wenger didn't have a job,
they got money in it. They put that Arab money into good use. They're getting some proper guests in it.
Get the proper names, you know, that people want to hear from. You know, people that are respected, highly respected in the game, not the ex-players that fucking. I remember when BT started and they brought Michael Owen in, and I was just like, "Blood, that man don't want to hear from Michael Owen, fam. What the fuck is Michael Owen gonna tell, man?" But you know, that's the way their man have went. So BN, in my opinion, obviously big up DTV box again, but BN Sports is the one. That's why I catch everything on.
Facts. Oh, yeah, Arteta's decision. Super chat. This is for you. Concern me, especially Shuri Saliba, Maitland-Niles can get in the lineup before repeat offenders. Are you concerned? Big up.
Listen, if you play Saliba at 19 years of age, it ain't going to change that we lost to Liverpool. It ain't going to change that we lost to City, and it probably won't change that we lost to Leicester either. If you play Maitland-Niles, we've seen with Maitland-Niles, we've lost games against poor opposition before. Am I saying they don't deserve a chance? I'm not. But what I'm saying is we've seen players in this squad let us down before. So nitpicking at some of Arteta's decisions, because I want Oba to start up top. So I could bang on about Arteta not starting Oba up top. I want Partey, Ceballos and Saka to start in the middle as the three with Saka the spearhead. I could moan all day about that. But in reality, everything I'm moaning about, I can't guarantee success from what I want. I can't say Oba goes up top and we're going to be a success because we've been let down in the past in similar circumstances. All I can say is we didn't do enough in the window. We're not doing enough as a club to get rid of players and bring in players. We're still playing El Nene, Bellerin, Xhaka, Mustafi, Lacazette, all players from the Wenger era, not Emery, Wenger. So we've still got a hell of a lot of players in this first team squad getting minutes.
Yeah,
let Wenger and Emery down, and now we'll let Arteta down. It's up to us fans to realize that it's the players and the board more so than anything. You know, it doesn't matter what manager you put in there. And I'm not giving Arteta a free rein at it, because I don't actually give a fuck about Arteta in terms of if I turned on Wenger, why should I give a fuck about Mikel Arteta?
Real talk, bruv. If Wenger can get it, anyone can get it. You know, like that.
Man. So I'm not an Arteta lover or someone that says he's guaranteed to win. All I know is we got told last time we don't have money for a new manager. That's why we got Arteta. If we move on from Arteta now, who the hell do we move on to next? It might not be a rosy picture around the corner. So let's remain humble, manage our expectations, and you can only be vexed with Arteta if you raise your expectations up. And if you raise your expectations up, that's your fault. I can only tell the truth. That's your fault. From this summer window, if your expectations were raised, it's your fault. I'm not surprised we lost to Liverpool and City. Yeah. Is Leicester at home surprising? Is home advantage even there anymore? It's not, fam. So for me, I'm not surprised. So I can't get onto Arteta.
Facts, man. This chat, do you watch his Arsenal games sometimes? Bruv, I rewatch United games, and I definitely rewatch certain moments in games. That's why before, you know, when man used to do their reactionary fan cams and that when their adrenaline's still buzzing, I don't do them anymore. If you man notice, I don't do another show until about 2-3 hours after the game when I've rewatched it and my blood's cooled down. Because you see when you're excited, bro. Yeah. Like I had to watch, Rio Ferdinand, Owen Hargreaves, and these man, like talk about Axel Twanzebe, like he was Marcel Desailly, and fam, I thought he had a good game as well. But when I watched it back, he made a few mistakes and Wan-Bissaka saved him. And nobody's talking about it because Wan-Bissaka saved him. But because he was the new kid and everyone was happy that he came out unscathed, a lot of emotion and wanting man to do well overshadowed what actually happened. Yeah. You know them ones. And it happens in football all the time. You know, when you want a man to do well and you want a man to do well, it's just like with certain players at our club. People want them to be the Messiah. They want them to do well. And they almost rewrite history, like with the games. You watch the games and then people talk about them on Twitter saying they had a great game. I'm like, bruv, they played shit.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but everything they do looks better in your head because you really want them to do well.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And what fans need to understand is even if he did play well and came out unscathed, the best thing you can do for him is not talk about him. Because if you start talking about these men at big clubs, the pressure is on. And not many can handle pressure, especially at this level. So, you know,
that's what I mean.
Gabriel, he looks a solid signing, but will I say he's confirmed in terms of
not yet?
No, I can't say that yet. Give me this season, and in summer I'll give you a better perspective. And even then, I can't tell you facts because one season doesn't say it either.
It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And like my man saying that Owen Hargreaves is a good pundit. Yeah, bro. When you got a Bayern Munich football education, you're gonna be a decent analyzer of a football match because you have to. Same with the Dutch players. The Dutch players always get it spot on. Do you know what I mean? You look at people like Fabregas and these intelligent people, bro. Like when I look at English players, how many of them do I look at and say, right, intelligent footballer?
Yeah. It's different now.
I'll be like, you're good, but you're not smart.
Yeah, there's differences there, fam.
You're not smart, bro. Do you know what I mean? The most intelligent footballers I'm looking at in this England team, I say Harry Kane's movement and Jack Grealish. Sterling, and under Pep Guardiola, a lot better. His movement and stuff like that is a lot better, and he looks like he's wizened up and he's getting a bit more intelligent. Marcus Rashford, almost completely brain dead on a football pitch. Doesn't know where to be. Decision making is terrible.
I'd agree with that.
And there's a lot of players like that in the England team. Their decision making, their final ball, everything is poor. The thing that genuinely stops a lot of English players from being world class is this. It's not even technical ability, you know. It's their understanding of the game and reading of the game because it's not taught, bruv.
Yeah.
It's not taught.
10 years ago, you can cry technical ability. Now there's technique there, but the mentality, the thought process, the vision, the seeing the bigger picture on the pitch isn't there yet. I agree. Kane and Grealish are standout in terms of having both. They see the bigger picture and they have the technical ability for it. Whether it's movement or whether it's actual technique on the ball in Grealish's case. I'd put Saka in that as well. Obviously, he's coming through now, but he's a very smart baller. But that's what the next step is. If England, obviously, they've made a transition in 10 years in terms of the type of players they go for and looking more all round in terms of the demographic when they compared to 15, 20 years ago, which has benefited.
Yeah, but bruv, they need to start teaching football, blood. You know what I'm saying? Man's been in academies. They don't teach football here. They teach hard work, determination, passion. That's all they teach, blood. Leap test. Get stuck in. Give 100%. They don't teach you where to be. When the centre-half receives the ball, if you're number 6, where do you go? They don't teach you these things.
Yeah,
bro, I've got a player, I've got a centre-half here that I'm looking at for my team, bro. And it's one of them ones where, like, he's playing semi-pro at the moment. And he's friends with a few of the boys that played in my team. He used to be a defensive midfielder. He's 19 now. They've moved him to centre-back. Like, he's playing men's football now, semi-pro. I saw one clip of this youth, and I was like, I'm signing him straight away. Centre-half, ball comes, yeah? Ball comes over. He's taken a step back. He's controlled the ball. He's taken the ball down in his chest. He's played it back to the goalkeeper. What's he done after that? He's played it back to the goalkeeper. He's peeled off and made an angle, and he's come out diagonal to receive it again. And I'm like, this brother's thinking. You know the amount of times players head the ball back to the keeper, flick it back to the keeper, and they just stand still.
And because you do it, that's the major difference. Because so you understand it.
Man's thinking of making an angle to receive the ball again. A lot of players just, flick it back to the keeper. All right, cool. The keeper's got it. You're waiting for the keeper to kick it. Nope. Make an angle, peel off. I want it again. Next phase of play. You know what I mean? And too many of these English players, they're not smart, bruv. They'll play the ball and just watch it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what Pep and Klopp are good at. They're good at making you keep your eye on the ball. The little triangles, the little like support networks on the pitch. That's why when Sterling plays for City, it's different to when Sterling plays for England. Carragher, Southgate, you need to accommodate around. You can't just expect the same Sterling to come from City.
When he plays for England, he doesn't have that movement around him.
He doesn't. You know.
So because he doesn't have that movement around him, it makes him look worse. Do you know what I mean? And then also, he doesn't make the runs he would make before because he knows that people ain't going to get him the ball.
Yeah, that's it. Football IQ. Sorry, I was thinking about what the word is. Football IQ.
Football IQ. Man saying Greenwood and that. No, Greenwood actually ain't that intelligent off the ball. His movement in attacking areas within the width of the 18-yard box is all right. But when Greenwood plays on the right wing, his movement's not good. He doesn't know when to come short. He doesn't know when to go long. He doesn't receive the ball well facing away from the goal. He's got a lot to learn in terms of his movement. But in and around the box, he's got a natural predatory instinct. And people confuse that with actually having a really good intelligence all over the pitch. Because a lot of the times, the game bypasses Greenwood. You'll watch United play, and for about 20 minutes, he hasn't touched the ball because he's not picking up the right... He's not in the right areas to receive it. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, bro. But in and around the box, bro, like he's very good at getting the ball out of his feet, one touch, getting a shot off. That's not the same as knowing when to go deep, when to show, when to be in the pocket, receive it on the half turn. Nah, once he gets the ball, he knows what to do. But a lot of the time, knowing where to be and getting into positions to receive the ball and get into the game, a lot of the time, if you're not in the right place, the game can bypass you as a footballer. Just bypass you.
It definitely can. I mean, we could talk about Pepe on that one, for example. He's got bags of quality and bags of talent, but he hasn't got, in my opinion, the support network at Arsenal, like an overlapping fullback or a number 9 that can actually work with, or even a number 10 AM he can work with. That has an impact on him. That's why you don't see the same Pepe we've seen at Lille. Obviously, it's a different league, but that has an impact. And on top of that, positioning as well. I want him to hug the touchline a bit more, dragging a defender out wide a bit more, but he tends to come in a lot more because he wants to pick up the ball. That has an impact on him because he ends up 2-on-1, and 2-on-1 is a lot harder to beat than 1-on-1. And obviously we need to get these players in, not only us, United, City, Liverpool. You need to provide the platform, and the platform is good technical ability as well as IQ around you.
Absolutely. My man said that I saw Carragher using something that most clubs use. Just because he can use something, he's got access to it, I don't mean that he understands what he's doing, bro.
Yeah, potentially. A lot of people do that when they see a one-off like that, or maybe a couple times. They think,
because someone's using it, bro. Just because I've got £200 football boots, and that don't mean I'm a £200 footballer, blood. You know what I mean? Like I knew Bear Man with all their gear, no idea at school, blood. You always knew it. The guy with the rich dad, he used to have the new boots, everything like that, and shit footballer, blood.
Remember, there was them 2 Predators. There was the expensive version of the Predators
and the cheap ones. Yeah.
Man, the man that used to come in with them expensive ones, that used to look like fam.
This is it, bro. Nah, just because he's using something, I don't mean he knows what I go on. And that's for this year. Football's 80, but football's 99% the brain, blood. Man said 80%, brother. Because I've got bare connections to footballers and that from through people I know, yeah, bruv. Let me tell man about James Rodriguez, bro. In Everton training, a man said genuinely, Everton players have said to man they've never seen him run, blood. They've never seen it, not even in training. The brother broke the record in the Premier League, yeah, for recording no sprints, and he got 2 goals.
Yeah. I see that.
None. This brother don't run in training, bro. Yeah. He doesn't run. He just walks around. No one can get the ball off him. Because it's this, bro.
Yeah.
You know
what? We'll talk about him one more time because you're reminding me about Mesut Ozil in his peak, fam. Mesut Ozil in his peak. I remember when everyone used to try rip Ozil about not running enough. But even me on AFTV, people can go back to it again. I used to say Ozil runs more than Sanchez on paper.
Yeah, he does.
He runs more than Sanchez, but it doesn't look like he runs more. It's because he's smart with his running. You know, he's not the most athletic player, so he needs to be smart with positioning and all of that. So yeah, with James, you know, that sort of player, it can bring a lot to the team. Obviously, with that sort of player too, you need to make up for it on the defensive side. But when it can work, when it flows, it looks amazing.
Bro, the brother doesn't run. You know that one. He just actually doesn't run. And I've seen you watch him in the game. He walks through the games, bro, and he gets goals and assists.
When he touches the ball, that's when he's a bit more urgent. He's a bit more sharp. But without the ball, it's always thinking.
Always thinking, bro. And you see when you know what pockets of space, Fabregas was like that. Half turn, half turn, bop it off, receive it again. And even when he's making the moves, he's not even sprinting into space. He's just jogging into it, half turn, play it off, get it back. And before he's received the ball, he knows where the ball's going again.
Yeah.
You know, those are the proper ballers, bro. Like when you move the ball quickly, and that's what Donny van der Beek does well. Like when you move the ball quickly, teams can't adjust.
Yeah.
Teams love a guy that's going to take on 3-4 players, blood. Because once you beat 2-3, the fourth guy is taking you up.
Yeah, you know this. Like
every time, like not every man's gonna be Lionel Messi and you can beat 3 man, then nutmeg the next man and dink the keeper. More times, man beats 2 players, the third man cleans him out.
Yeah.
You know the ones there.
You're already a bit off from the first 2, so
that's what I mean. But when someone passes you the ball, you play it off the angle first time, receive it again, and when the ball's coming in, you played it again. You've made the other run, you played it again. I mean, you can't mark that.
What
can you do? You can't defend that, bro. And that's why when you see a lot of midfielders like Aaron Ramsey, Ljungberg, Lampard, when the man are making these third man runs, and scoring goals from midfield, is because you can't track runners. When man are giving it and going and they're breaking the lines through movement, you can't defend against that, bro.
100%. And someone here, the super chat, you might as well bring that up now because what did it say again? I just read it there. It said something about Pep and Klopp, and you know what it is. When I listen, something about me. I'm footballing wise, my technical ability is 100, but I got no pace, I got no fitness. Yeah. So if I'm getting the ball to me, I'm a striker. If I'm getting the ball to me when I'm back to goal, there's players I love to play with because they know me and I know them. Because they're gonna find the space. I don't need to know they're there, but if I finish it around the corner, I expect them to be there. Pep and Klopp build this in their sides where the players don't necessarily see the player in that position. They might be at the back to them, but they know that they're there or thereabouts, so they
play
can
it into that area
off the cuff. And when you can do things like that, when you don't have to look up and see the player and you waste a couple valuable seconds, you know, you can beat the line so easily when you're doing things like that.
And you move the ball quicker, bro. Yeah. It takes time to look up and see where someone is, bro. If you know they're going to be there already, you've just shaved the second off everything.
Trust. And imagine you can do that 2-3 times in a move. That means you've shaved 3-4 seconds off. And that could be a goal. That's the difference between a goal and a corner kick, for example, because defenders are getting back.
This is exactly it, bro. So that's what it's about, bro. It's about moving the ball quickly, bro. And the teams that move the ball the quickest are the teams that have a drilled system, like your Leeds Uniteds, like your Arsenal of old, like your Man Cities, like your Liverpools. The guys that move the ball quick is because they know where people are going to be already. When man are thinking about it and waiting for people to react, that is where you get that lethargic football that Man United play. Yeah. When a man's putting his foot on the ball in the centre circle and pointing man, and Bruno's got his foot on the ball telling Luke Shaw to overlap because he hasn't done it. Yeah. That's what you get when you're not coached. When you're in a coach team, you don't get that.
Someone said Berber's a prime example, and I'd agree with that. Berber, fam, no pace, but bags of technique and brains, and that made a big player, 30-goal striker in the Premier League.
Bro, the best footballers in world football look like they've got all day on the ball when they don't.
Yeah.
All day on the ball, you know.
Culture. It's the culture. You can see it.
And that's what it is. That's why it looked like when Berber received the ball, it looked like he slowed down the game. He didn't slow the game down. He didn't slow it down, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? But it looked like it did. His touch, bruv, a good first touch takes, bruv, it gives you extra time on the ball anyway.
Yeah.
You know them ones. Certain man, because their touch ain't good, they always look like they're rushing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. When you got a great first touch, you buy that extra time. So you don't actually slow the game down. You speed it up for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So it looks slow from the outside, but in your head, it's not slow, it's quick.
Yeah, you just hope the players are doing their thing off you, because a player like Berbatov, when he has the right players off them, as you saw at United, it's a madness.
There you go. That's what I mean. You lot make sure you slap the like 1.8 in here. Do you know what I'm saying? Last super chat before we wrap up.
Are you guys worried about Tottenham? Maybe top? Nah.
We're not worried about him. That was easy.
I don't even know if we're making top for ourselves. They're not worried about other teams, bro. Let me focus on my team and see what happens, man, before worrying about other teams. Fuck Tottenham. But listen, you're doing a watch along on Sunday, innit?
Yeah.
Who you doing it with?
Bruv, it's normally Saeed and bruv, man might get DG in it, so you two can jump in if you want, bruv. You just have 2 Arsenal and 2 United, man.
Yeah, I'll jump. My match on Sunday is at 2 p.m. innit? So
what? You agreed to do that? See, because Arsenal, Man United are playing, yeah. Like man got a bye in it. We didn't play.
Yeah, no. He told me because I live 10 minutes away. Obviously.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
I said, you two might as well get the buy in it. But yeah, I'll jump on the watch along. Just send me the link and we'll do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, big up. You man, slap the like. Then, bruv, there's nearly 2,000 people in there. If I ain't got 1,000 likes on this, you man are mocking. This was a
if you man want to see me on the watch along Sunday, hit the like button now. Get up to 1,000.
That's it. This was a proper show as well. You know what I mean? A proper show, blood, man. The proper in-depth, proper football show, blood. These are the kind of football shows that man likes to do. You know what I mean? It's all well and good talking about, I like this player, I like that player, but man likes to talk about actual football, innit?
Yeah,
so this was a solid show, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
All the COVID stuff and all that ceases. Maybe you'll see this in a little studio or something one day with some guests and whatnot.
This is it. I'm saying.
We'll make it grow. But the intro, and that's coming soon, though. Ozzo messaged me. He said the intro for us and the new logo is coming real soon. So I need to message him back, to be honest. But yeah, the levels are being upped.
Exactly. So big up everyone here. Slap the like. Get man over 1,000 likes on the video. Do you know what I'm saying? Man's back again tomorrow. What day is tomorrow even?
Wednesday.
Oh yeah, we got a game tomorrow, so I'm definitely back tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Champions League and that.
So yeah, let's do that. You know what I'm saying?
I remember what it's like playing in the Champions League Wednesdays, fam. It's been 4 years, fam.
Oh shit, has it really? Oh yeah, it's pissed for you, man.
Man said, oh shit, yeah, fam. 4 years of Thursdays, blood.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, we got Turkish, Dapo and Saeed on the watch along for the United Arsenal game. So that's going to be a lit watch along. So make sure, do you know what I mean? You man do that. And then look, man said no buys, yeah. RB versus AFTV. Yeah, it's not a buy. Yeah, we're playing AFTV. So we've got AFTV in the league and in the cup. So we've got them 3 times this season. So it's gonna be good, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be bad. That's fine anyway. So you man are gonna enjoy that. We've got AFTV 3 times. Do you know what I'm saying? What day is it? Oh, the trailer as well. The second round of games comes out tomorrow for the Replay Me League as well, guys. So look out for that. The trailer will be on my channel, so you'll know where to go over and watch it, innit? You're gonna enjoy this second week, man. Do you know what I'm saying? You're gonna enjoy it a lot.
Follow up that Replay Me League YouTube as well. I played my first game on Sunday. I won't let you lot know the score yet, but look out for that one next week. That one will be out. But yeah, this week catch Rants' one. Last week you lot played last week as well. You're on there already. So yeah, subscribe to Replay Me League, and a lot more content coming on there from both of us and more.
This is it, guys. I'll catch you, man, tomorrow.